When you look at a dumbass, you could probably look up Brand Wolf. You could look up Brand Wolf and it'll say dumbass thought that The Wolf Among Us was going to come out in 2023 because he made a video titled My Most Anticipated Game Releases of 2023. It's 2025 and the game still hasn't come out.
My point to that is that back in 2022, I believe, they announced that The Wolf Among Us 2 was going to come out. They said that it was going to be releasing 2023. We released this beautiful trailer about how the story was going to look, and we got a little bit of an idea of what the plot was going to be. I was very fucking excited. I have a big, massive, over an hour video about the whole story of The Wolf Among Us on the channel. We covered a little bit of the lore. I just love The Wolf Among Us. I love Bigby. I love the game. I love Snow White. I love the feeling that the game evokes. This noir detective, gritty, gruesome fucking game. I really enjoy it. And I came in kind of late. A lot of you guys probably came out to play the game when it first released, but I truly played the game for the very first time back in 2020, 2021, when this channel was a Let's Play channel. Then I played the game multiple times by myself, and I kind of play it once a year, like around October-ish. It's like a tradition of mine because I really enjoy the vibe of the game during that specific time. And I really, truly believed in my heart that it was coming out in 2023. They announced it, they doubled down on it, and I was just waiting for it. I thought like late 2023, maybe November, December, somewhere around there, the game would probably be coming out. But it didn't come out. It didn't come out, and then they loosely said that, okay, we're planning a release for 2024 then. They almost said that reluctantly. Like, they didn't really want to tell us that it was going to come out in 24, but they wanted to say like, hey, maybe it's coming out in 2024. Cross your fucking fingers and pray that we have it ready. And so I didn't really think too much of it. I said, okay, fuck it. They're not going to do it 2023. It'll definitely come out in 2024. But then we got silence. Complete radio silence. Nothing was said about The Wolf Among Us. No updates. No little tweets. Nothing. But if you go on the Telltale official page, you still see that they have The Wolf Among Us there. And it's still going to be ready for release. And you can wish list it now on Steam. And you can add it to your list on PlayStation 5 for games you want to buy. So that begs the question, is the fucking game going to come out or not? And where is it? And why haven't we gotten any updates? Just tell us if you need more time. Just say, hey, the game's getting delayed. But it never even receives official delays. It just kind of, if it doesn't release in 1 year, it just doesn't release. How long are we going to keep doing this? In December of 2024, an article came out by a gaming writing company, I don't know. And they stated that Telltale had said that they were pushing the release of The Wolf Among Us from 2024 to 2025. Now, again, we are in March of 2025, and there has been nothing said about The Wolf Among Us yet. Is the game going to release in a few months? Is the game going to release this year? Or are we going to quietly stay quiet again and wait till 2026 and say the same thing? Where the hell is The Wolf Among Us 2? Now, I'm not putting any pressure on Telltale. I'm not saying, hey, crunch, and work tirelessly and, overwork your workers to get us this fucking game. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying some transparency.
Transparency? That fucking sounds wrong.
Transparency. That sounds right.
I'm just asking for a little bit of whatever the fuck that word is.
I just want them to tell us what is going on with The Wolf Among Us and why it's taking so long. And yes, we plan to launch in 2025. Because at this point, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I'm not excited for it because fuck, of course I am. And I've only been waiting for 5 years, but you guys probably been waiting like a decade. Obviously, I'm excited for the game. So it's like, what are we doing? I just want something. Please don't be silent. I don't know. I feel like Telltale is kind of dragging us along. They did say that the delay is happening because they're not like they used to be and they don't want to crunch. They want to give the workers, the developers, the people that are working on this game actively, the devs, accurate time. They don't want to put pressure on them and force them to work these crazy hours just to get the game out. So that's positive for the game. That's positive for the people working on the game. And that's positive for the gaming industry in general. Some of us might get a little bit irritated because, we're waiting. But I don't know that we would care too much if they told us, hey, because of this, the game's going to release a little bit late. Hope you guys understand. I think most of us are going to understand. We're not going to throw our toys and be like, I want it now. We're not going to say that, So we understand that, but communicate that to us. Communicate that to the fans, to the people that want to buy your game, to the people that have been waiting for a decade. Communicate. But I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. Again, I'm still very excited for The Wolf Among Us 2. Hopefully it does come out this year. And if not, I hope that at least we get some feedback, something, some noise from Telltale Games.